Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Union High School Baseball Complex for today's game between the visiting Putnam North Panthers and your Union Redhawks. We're going to begin by giving you the starting lineups for Putnam North. Batting first, wearing number 6 in center field, Xavion Jones. Batting second, wearing number 1, the second baseman, Austin Guerrero. Batting third and wearing number 3, the shortstop, Owen Atterbury. Batting fourth and number 12, third baseman Xavier Sarkey. Batting fifth, wearing number 11, first baseman Gavin Lang. At number 6, number 10, the pitcher Reese Hubble. Hitting seventh, number 7, right fielder Jakari Dansby. Hitting eighth, number 17, DH Jensen Sheffy. And number 9 is your number 5 player, that is the catcher Devin Orton. Now the starting lineups for your hometown Union Redhawks. Batting first, number 1, the left fielder, Aiden Leathers. In the 2 spot, number 18, third baseman, Isaiah Butler. Number 3 would be the 11 player, the center fielder, Asher Fowler. Hitting fourth, number 15, right fielder, Gavin Wilhelm. In the 5 spot, that's number 6, shortstop, Peyton Williams. Hitting sixth, number 26, first baseman Connor Douthit. At 7, number 17, catcher Caden Hubbard. Hitting eighth, number 10, pitcher Brock Lamy. And hitter 9, number 8, second baseman Chandler Studdard. We now ask that you rise as you are able, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. And another good afternoon and good evening. Welcome into the Union Baseball and Softball Complex here for a beautiful Monday afternoon game. Union taking on Putnam City North. I'm Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew. This game had originally been scheduled for 7 o'clock. We got notice, I guess it was early this morning or maybe even on Friday. I'm not quite sure that this thing was going to be moved to a 5 o'clock game. So we'll get this over with and Putnam North can get themselves back home. I have to be careful about that because Andy Irwin, who's sitting just close enough to whack me in the back of the head, is a graduate of said school and is very specific about the fact that we pronounce it the right way all the game. Now, this is a baseball team that has quite frankly had its challenges this year. They come in 3-20, 0-9 in their league play, and they district play, have lost 11 of their last 12. And talking with their head coach, Greg Johnson, before the game, he was lamenting injuries. They've had a very big problem with injuries. As a matter of fact, when we were looking for lineup cards, he told us today that they might not have a lineup card until maybe 5 or 6 minutes before we were even scheduled to play this game. He did bring a lineup card a little bit earlier, but then within 15 minutes or so had already made changes because they've had so many injury issues. Of course, Union has faced the same thing. Numbers crisis with some people leaving, but also with a lot of injuries. And there's some of that happening here tonight as well for this Union baseball team. Of course, Union has had a pretty good stretch. They are 4-4 in their last 8. And really, the last 2 times out when we were with you, Broken Arrow and Hall on Thursday and Friday of last week. Those were games that Union really had every opportunity to win and caused themselves some problems with some errors. And talking to Coach Newkirk before this game, he said the same thing that he told me last Friday, is if we can kind of stay out of our own way, we've got a better chance to win some baseball games. And, well, that's the thing that we're hoping to do here coming up starting tonight against this Putnam City team, Putnam City North. Now, you know there are three schools now in Putnam City. There's Putnam North, Putnam City, and Putnam West. And as Andy pointed out, there really is not a place called Putnam City, so how that comes about. But then there's not really a place called Union either. It's all part of Tulsa and Broken Arrow and different parts of the city, so it's interesting how this comes about. All right, let's get this thing underway. Batting first, number 6 center fielder, Xavion Jones. He will step in. And Brock Lamy on the mound tonight for the Union Redhawks. Really pretty afternoon here. Wind not quite as bad as it was Friday, although it's still certainly windy. We're looking at 72 degrees as of right now. Not quite as warm, but a really nice day. Lamy is set. First delivery, just on the outside for ball 1, but you heard the pop. Brock battling some injuries with the shoulder after a diving play at third he'd made a few games back. 1-0 as we are just underway. That delivery, a swing and a miss, so we'll even at 1-1. You don't see a lot of, well, I can't tell, those are actually light gray batting helmets, aren't they? You don't see a lot of those lighter colored batting helmets around baseball. Those look pretty sharp. Nice uniform, too, for Putnam North. That delivery low, it'll now be 2-1. Union in their traditionals, you can see this here on the Union Sports Network. That really good-looking white hat that Coach Newkirk was nice enough to get me one of before the season started. The red jerseys and, of course, the white pants. Delivery again just low. That'll be 3-1. Loving the pinstripe look here for Putnam North in their away uniforms, the light gray and kind of the USC, Minnesota, Boston College colors, if you will. Lamy's delivery. Swing. That one goes right to Butler. Nice pickup by Isaiah. There's the throw. Dig over at first by Douthit, and that's out number 1. Jones will ground out, and there will be one down. We'll bring up batter number 2. Nice little pickup over there by Isaiah Butler. Number 1, second baseman Austin Guerrero stepping in here. As I mentioned, for Union tonight, Chandler Studdard will be starting at second. And the fun thing about watching Chandler, first of all, it's just fun to watch him. But second of all, he's really a pest on the bases. He gets on, he'll cause some trouble. So 1 out. Lamy's delivery. Oh, boy, that was close, but they're going to call that a ball. I say they will call that a ball because I would have called it a strike, but then I'm just the guy up here. That one's going to be lofted into the air. Should be a fairly simple play out there for Asher Fowler. He wanders well into right field, makes that play, and that is out number 2. That ball carried. I don't think Asher thought it was going to go quite that far, and he gives Gavin Wilhelm a 5 like, hey, sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to get in your territory. Number 3, shortstop Owen Atterbury. Next up. I do, there's the American flag's hanging mostly down, but there is wind out there, and I think that might have just carried a little farther than Asher thought, but Asher can run, so it wasn't a problem. Delivery from Lamy a little high for ball 1. Atterbury was the guy just added literally 5-6 minutes before we went on the air. That was supposed to be a different player, and Coach came and thankfully Coach Johnson came and yelled at the press box as that delivery is a check swing strike and said, hey, I've got to change. Atterbury's going for Quincy Robinson. So this young man, a very last-minute addition. 1-1 with 2 outs here. 2 up and 2 down thus far for Brock Lamy. Peyton Williams and Juan Gonzalez both saw time on the hill for Union on Friday. Delivery. That got the nice outside corner. That's a strike. It's a good ball right there by Lamy, and it's 1-2. 1 strike or 1 good swing away from ending this half inning. Curveball didn't quite curve enough, and we'll be even at 2-2. About halfway to home, it really looked like that ball was going to break a little more, and it just decided not to. Infield at fairly normal depth. That's high for a ball 3, so we're at a full count. Outfield in a little bit. We have our full contingent of cameras set up tonight by Andy Irwin and the crew here. And Andy is the crew here, really, for the most part, because the weather is really good. That delivery will be lofted up in the air. See if there's enough room for Caden Hubbard. Doesn't look like it. That one's going to go out of play, and we will remain at 3-2. We had that threat for rain on Friday, which thankfully never came. But to make sure that we didn't ruin thousands of dollars worth of equipment, that was kept in. Now we have our full contingent. So you will see several camera angles here tonight, as you normally do on the Union Sports Network. 3-2, 2 outs. Big pitch coming here from Brock Lamy. That delivery just a little high, and that's going to be a walk for Owen Atterbury. So one person on base, but an opportunity still to end this half inning. Number 12, third baseman Xavier Sarkey. A lot of high school baseball players these days, of course, you see are pretty thin people. And you see somebody like Sarkey step in there, and he's got a little hump to him, so see if he can put something behind the bat. From the stretch now, Lamy hit him right in the back. So that'll put 2 people on base, as Sarkey looks like he got him kind of lower back on the hip, because Sarkey looks like he is in a little bit of pain as he trots down to first base. Number 11, first baseman Gavin Lang will step in. Lang looks more like a power forward in basketball. That is a tall young man. They do not list heights nor weights for most sports other than football, and that's sometimes even difficult to get for football, but this is a pretty tall young dude stepping in. So first and second full now with 2 outs. Shortstop Parrish, Brody Parrish, playing a little bit over now. Lamy delivers. That's a strike. That one broke just enough to stay in the zone, 0-1. Those runners on base. Lamy's checking a little, but really mostly doing what he should, and that's focusing on the batter. Well, that was a tough pitch to lay off of, but it was low enough to be a ball, and we're at 1-1. And if you're as tall, too, as Lang, you've got a kind of a stretched strike zone there. You got to be careful. Quick check by Lamy. And that one's low for ball 2. 2-1, 2 outs, 2 runners on. So obviously a force at any first, second, or third, or a nice little pop-up would be fine too. Stutter just briefly cheated over, but he's back now. Swing and a miss, and that'll be 2-2. Lang didn't have a very committed swing on that one. He just started and realized he couldn't hold up, so we are at 2-2. That one is just fouled back. Just barely got the bat on that, so we'll remain at 2-2. On deck right now for Putnam North is Reese Hubble, who will be their pitcher tonight, or this afternoon today. 2-2, 2 out, 2-1. As Lamy sets, here we go. Another foul off, and I mean, he barely got a hold of that ball. It just trickled underneath the umpire's legs back onto the U, and you can see the recovery right there. So we stay again at 2-2. Good job by Lang of extending his at-bat, because the last 2 he has barely gotten any metal on. Lamy steps off just for a second. Now ready to go. Ooh, that one's well outside. That's a nice stop right there by Hubbard. That gets by Hubbard, everybody advances, but he did a nice job of backhanding that one, and we've got a full count. 3-2 with 2 outs. Runners will go. Let's see what happens. Long study by Lamy. That delivery is swung on, and that's going to be a soft tap. It's a nice play over there by Lamy. He got him at first. What a great play by Lamy He was able to make a long run to get that and then turned and threw on one big motion. And so we were able to keep everybody off out of home plate, pardon me. And we'll go to the bottom of the first inning at 0-0. Nothing happening yet, but Union will bat next here on the Union Sports Network.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
We're back here on the Union Sports Network. Welcome in. Rick Corey along with Andy Irwin and the crew. We go to the bottom of the first inning, tied at 0-0. After a couple of easy batters, Brock Lamy had a couple of guys on base with a walk and a hit by pitch, but he made a tremendous play to end the inning, and so Union will get their opportunity against Reese Hubble. Watching this young man warm up for Putnam North, he does have some velocity. There's no doubt about that, and we'll get this thing underway. Number 1 left fielder Aiden Leathers will be the first man up for Union. We'll fist bump with the official, the umpire. He'll be ready to go. Aiden, as I mentioned on Friday, has been one of the bright spots without question for this coaching staff, and especially not Sean Newkirk, who told me early he really expected good things. Hubble delivers just low, and that'll be ball 1. Leathers he crouches in that batting position he is and crouches further as the ball gets there. That one's low, but it's still a strike, and we're at 1-1. And point is, he can make it very difficult when it comes to strike zone. Isaiah Butler, who's on deck, he can't really do that. He's quite a bit taller, and that zone's extended, but Aiden can make it a problem. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled down the left field line. That'll go into the bullpen, and it'll be 1-2. Aiden's on base percentage. His and Asher Fowler's lead the team. And once he's there, he can run. You have Asher hitting in that 3 spot. He can run too. And of course, Isaiah, he has the long legs. He can't start quite as quickly, but pretty quick around the bases too. So the first part of this Union lineup can motor pretty good if they get on base. 1-2, nobody out. Hubble outside there to make the count 2-2. Both these coaches have admitted to having to use baling wire and chewing gum to keep these teams together. They've had so many injuries throughout the season. That pitch outside again, and we have a full count. Both teams a little bit young as well. And in this day and age when people move in and out at the drop of a hat, you almost never know what you're going to have on the field day to day. That pitch low, bounces, and over to first base goes Aiden Leathers. So once again, Aiden Leathers on base. Got away from the catcher, Orton, but not away enough for it to be a big problem. Number 18, third baseman Isaiah Butler will be next up, and here we go again with Aiden Leathers on base, and how often does he do that? Quite a bit. Now the first baseman is the young man who just hit, Gavin Lang, and he is long. So any quick flips over there could be an issue because he's got a lot of range, and there we go already. Aiden back with no trouble, but you got a guy like Hubble who has a little quicker moves. I watched him during warm-ups, and then Lang, who's so long. You got a bit of a problem, but Aiden still have a tremendous lead over at first. Hubble comes to the plate with a tremendous strike. 0-1. Coach Newkirk with the signals. Butler is stepping in, and here we go. No outs, bottom of the first. Another quick throw over and got him. Yep, that's the problem with a quick move and with a long first baseman, and he is picked off. Leathers will have a seat, and it will remain 0-1 on Isaiah Butler. Aiden had a tremendous lead, but you know the last couple of pitchers Union has faced, Broken Arrow and Holland Hall, didn't have those kind of moves, especially Holland Hall. This young man has got that move. That pitch goes off the glove of Orton, and so we'll be at 1-1. Reese Hubble's move is pretty immediate. He snaps that thing out of there like a catcher does. So 1 out, 1-1 here. Swing and a miss right there, and we will be at 1-2. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to get a little bit of velocity from Hubble. Going to have to be ahead of that pitch, and that time Isaiah was behind it. Delivery well outside, it'll be 2-2. Ball started to trail about 3/4 of the way to home plate. And looked like Isaiah wanted to take a shot at it and then realized he should wait. Base is clear now for Hubble. That one is swung on. That'll go to the third baseman. Sarkey made the pickup. Can he get it there? He did. Sarkey makes that throw, and Butler will ground out. And although that was going to be a close play, again, when you got somebody with that length like Lang, it makes it a little easier. Number 11, center fielder Asher Fowler. Next into the batter's box. Asher, again, one of the better on-base percentages here and can be a problem. Gavin Wilhelm, is in the on-deck circle. Delivery's inside right there. That'll be a ball from Reese Hubble, and he doesn't miss that inside by much. Ball's trying to tail back, but just did not catch quite enough air. 1-0. Well outside for a 2-0 count. And when Hubble misses outside, he tends to miss, at least in this first half inning, way outside. 2 outs here. No score either team, bottom of the first. That pitch is swung and missed. Boy, a good cut right there by Fowler if he connected, but did not, and we'll be at 2-1. Asher wanted that one. Wind tending to blow, looks like crossways in now according to that American flag, so that would have gotten held up more than likely. Too high for ball 3. Might be an adventure out in that outfield today. Center fielder is just shading to right. Not much cheat by the right fielder here for Fowler. That one is a ball, and that will put Asher Fowler on base. That'll be the second walk of the inning for Hubble, but he did pick Leathers off. Right fielder number 15, Gavin Wilhelm. Next up. We'll see if with 2 outs he can move someone over. Asher now, knowing the kind of move Hubble has, will probably be a little bit more cautious with his lead. We will watch. Asher way out there, and there's another hit by batsman. This time it's Wilhelm. He could not get out of the way, so each pitcher has hit one, and now first and second for Union. So really the exact same situation as last half inning. Shortstop number 6, Peyton Williams, will step in. Exactly what happened to Lamy. Lamy got 2 outs, walked one, hit somebody. And so with 2 outs, there are 2 on. See if Union can make a little more hay with it than Putnam North, who did not get a run home. but it was because of a fantastic play by pitcher Brock Lamy. That pitch is going to be a strike. Nice, just on that outside corner, a little low right there from Reese Hubble. Connor Douthit will be the man in the on-deck circle if Peyton Williams can make anything happen here. Hubble not paying a lot of attention, although they're trying to bait a little bit out there at second. That was right down the pike. That's a tremendous pitch, and that's strike two. 0-2 now on Peyton Williams with 2 men on and 2 men out. Just a little contact, what Coach Newkirk wants right now. Hubble set. Swing, and that's going to be fouled back. Well out of play. We will remain at 0-2. Caden Hubbard got his catching gear on, ran across to pick that up for Connor Douthit. Oh, 2 pitch. Got him. They said that's the outside corner, and that'll be a strikeout, and having a seat will be Peyton Williams, and that will end the inning. So, with 2 people on, 1 walk, 1 hit by batsman, nobody home for either team. We'll go to the top of the second next at 0-0 here on the Union Sports Network.
Does your school or organization need athletic apparel or spirit wear? Let me suggest Inkwell, a Tulsa-based company that can get you the quality you deserve at unheard of and unmatched lead times. Talking 2 weeks or less, not 2 months like most others, and can do it as much as 60% less than most of the big guys out there. So join the likes of Sand Springs, Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Oolaga, and Glenpool, to name a few, and get your customized sublimated uniforms, including Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas at InkwellNation.com.
Thanks for joining us today on the Union Sports Network. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew. We are here at the Union Baseball Field and Complex. Softball, baseball here together in a wonderful little complex right off 169, where we have a 0-0 tie going to the top of the second. Both teams in the exact same position in that first inning. Both get 2 outs pretty quickly, then a walk and a hit by pitch. We got 2 on with 2 outs, and then both not able to get anybody home. Pitcher number 10, Reese Hubble, will step in. So pitcher against pitcher as Brock Lamy will stare him down. We'll get this second inning underway. Still 71 degrees with just a slight south wind here. Pitch number 1, nice one on the outside corner, strike 1. Lamy working quickly when there's no one on base and a little more studied when there is. That inside corner was close. They'll call it ball 1. We'll be even at 1-all. I've always wondered when a pitcher faces another pitcher if there's a little extra oomph in that get along. Center field dead straight away. And that's it right back up the middle. It's a great stop by Chandler Studdard. That throw is going to be a little late, though. So that'll be a single by Reese Hubbard. What a stop by Chandler Studdard, though. Hit directly over second base. Chandler was able to get to it. Did not have his feet completely be able to try to make that throw, but an excellent effort and a great stretch by Douthit. Right fielder number 7, Jakari Dansby, will be the next guy in, as that will count as a base hit, but an excellent, excellent effort there by Chandler Studdard. So now Lamy will check quickly. Not a terribly big lead over there by Hubble. That delivery, that's a solid shot down the third baseline, but well foul. That one will go into the creek, and that'll be strike one. I asked the coaching staff here a moment ago before the game, how many guys are tasked to go into the creek for baseballs? And I got a hearty chuckle, so I'm assuming that means none. Throw over by Lamy, but just to tell him he knows you're looking. So I'm assuming, yes, nobody goes down there. So if you are willing to, put up with the alligators and snakes, you're welcome to go over there and maybe look for a baseball or two. Another throw over. Back with no trouble is Hubble. One man on. 0-1 here on Jakari Dansby. Lamy delivers high. It'll be 1-1. They don't use a lot of baseballs here. As a matter of fact, he told me they only have 12 ready. They don't really need much more than that. Most of it stays in the park or where it can be pretty easily recovered. Lamy's delivery is swung on. That's going to be lofted to left field. Leathers. Nice run, but he's got it. Aiden with no trouble makes the throw back. That will hold the runner. And Dansby is out. Out number one here for Putnam North. One runner on first base. DH number 17, Jensen Sheffy. Sheffy's another one of those taller ones. So one out, one on here for Putnam North, top of the second. Lamy's delivery just outside for ball one. And that time, Reese Hubble got himself a little bit more of a lead. Kind of sneaking as Lamy looked away. Yeah, inside, just sneaking now. Just getting close to the cut out there. That pitch high. It'll be ball two. Hubble's testing him over there, just seeing how much he's paying attention. Quick look. And the delivery. Right down the middle for a strike. We are at 2-1. Again, you're looking at a dead away center field. Infield at fairly normal depth as well. The outfielders, fairly shallow here. Pitch, got the outside corner. We're 2-2. That was tailing away. That was going to be very, very difficult for Sheffy to catch up to. Lamy didn't even really glance that time. The delivery hit to the shortstop, picked up, tossed over. There's one. Get it to second or first. Got him. That is out number two, and a tremendous double play, as that is Parrish to Chandler Stutter to Pruitt, or Douthit. You're talking a 6-4-3, and that will do the inning. So at the end of the top of the first, or second, pardon me, we are still tied at 0-0. Union comes to bat next in the bottom of the second here on the Union Sports Network.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward together. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Heal, recover, advance.
We head to the bottom of the second inning here on the Union Sports Network. We are 0-0. This is Union against Putnam City North here on the Union Sports Network. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew. Wonderful double play started over there by Union in that top of the second inning. Tremendous job to move this thing along. And so here we go with Union coming to bat in the bottom of the second. First baseman number 26, Connor Douthit, will step in against Reese Hubble. Game's got a decent pace here as both teams have had pretty good success getting each other out in the first out or two and then allowing a base runner and then kind of seeing where we go from there. Hubble, ready to go. That one on the outside corner, and ooh, yeah, that's a strike. You could see it really, Douthit wanted that one and then hung up. So he is down 0-1. That swings, and that was going to be fouled back probably behind third. Yeah, well behind third base. So it's 0-2. The umpire calling for some more balls. That one I think is probably recoverable. That may have stayed actually inside the fence over there. 0-2. Connor Douthit. Delivery's high. So 1-2. Well, we have had a good run of weather here at the ballpark. So hope you have a chance to come out. The crowd always builds, of course. These 5 o'clock games, the crowd arrives a little later. But pretty nice and full over on the Union side. But you're welcome to come sit right here in front of us. There's a swing and a foul back, and we'll stay at 1-2. Got a nice covered area right here. Plenty of room. The hot dogs and hamburgers smell great. And hey, it's baseball. 1-2, no one out. That delivery hit right back up the middle by Douthit, and that'll be a base hit. Connor Douthit, yeah, you saw it, Reese Hubble reached for it, but just not quite enough time, and that was that. We've got a runner on first base. Catcher number 17, Caden Hubbard, will step in now. Excellent piece of hitting by Douthit. He was down 0-2. Had to protect the plate, fouled 1 or 2 back, and then really laced that one. See if Hubbard can move him over. Another throw over, and Hubbard has already picked one person off here. Aiden Leathers was picked off in that first inning. Brock Lamy, pitcher on deck. With Chandler Studdard still to bat if Union can get around to him. Hubble leaves no doubt he's watching first base. He's going to make those throws, and that's a really good lead by Douthit. He's almost got the inside foot well under the cut. Now Douthit kind of hung up, and the throw is going to be way over his head, though, by the catcher, and he'll steal second. Devin Orton, the catcher, kind of held up and double pumped. When he threw it, sailed on him. And it was a good play by Atterbury just to keep that one from going into center field, so now runner on second with nobody out for Union. Hubbard had squared the bunt, and apparently that may have caused a bit of an issue there for Orton. So 1-0. Bunt, he squares the bunt again, fouls that one back, and it'll be 1-1. And Hubble, had come off the mound a little bit more to his right, so had he got that one down, Lang would have had to make the long run in, and it would have had to been Guerrero going to cover. Might have had a pretty good chance to beat that one out. 1-1, nobody out. Douthit out at second. Hubble spins, but no one's there. Hubble spends more time watching the runners than I think any pitcher we've seen, at least on our broadcast this year. That pitch, he will turn to bunt once again, and that bunt got by the pitcher, and that's going to be a base hit. Hubble tried to get down on that and then thought he had someone behind him. However, Guerrero had gone over to cover first, and that ball just scooched right where Guerrero had been standing, and now Union has a base runner, another base runner, and now there will be a courtesy runner. And let's see, that is going to be Cohen Elam. Pitcher number 10, Brock Lamy, will step in. Chandler stuttered in the on-deck circle. As Elam will step out there. Elam's got some speed too. So first and third with nobody out for Union here in the bottom of the second. Excellent opportunity for the Red Hawks. Hubble makes a quick throw back. Elam is in. We've seen Combs as a pinch runner before. Not the biggest of young men, but he can scoot. Now Hubble has to worry about the corners, and with nobody out, he also has to focus on Brock Lamy, who can put a bat on there. Lamy, another bunt, another well-placed bunt, and they're going to have to use this to tag Lamy coming home. It's Dalford, it's 1-0. So Union with a 1-0 lead as a really nicely placed bunt by Lamy almost got him on base. Couldn't quite do it, but that's only one out, and Union now with a runner at second. Second baseman number 8, Chandler Studdard, is the man who's stepping in. Gustavo Colmenares has been in that spot. He is not starting tonight. And a couple of nice defensive plays already by Chandler. Let's see if he can add to that with his bat. One out, a 1-0 score. Studdard squared to bunt, but that ball high for ball one. Chandler can run too, so if he gets one down, and the last two bunts by Union have been put in great places. Putnam North had to make a pretty good play right there just to get Brock Lamy. It was Hubble who got him. Once again, he squares the bunt. That ball's going to be a strike, they say. That was well to the outside. Devin Orton had to fall to his right to collect that thing. And he's going to call that a strike, so we are at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. 1-0. Now that pitch was almost the same place, but a little lower, but he'll call it a ball, and we'll be fine with that. So it's 2-1. I think the umpire might even want that one back. No wind as of right now, as Studdard, who has threatened to bunt a couple of times, slaps it to right. That's going to be a base hit. And they're going to wave him home. Nope, they're going to hold him up. Chandler Studdard's going to try to make the run to second, and they got him. So Studdard with the single, but I think Chandler thought that Elam was going to try to come home, and initially I thought they had waved him home, but he held up. So with that being the case, Orton then looked like he had a place to go, and he did, as they were able to get Studdard at second base, so that'll be 2 outs. Left fielder number 1, Aiden Leathers, will step back in. He walked and then was picked off in the first inning. I swear to you, I thought when he came around that Cohen Elam was going to come on home. But he was held. I thought I saw the initial come home signal, but apparently not. Nicely placed hit by Chandler Studdard, but they got him at second. Ball one comes in from Reese Hubble, as Leathers, who has gotten on base a ton lately, will wait. Isaiah Butler is the man in the on-deck circle. 1-0 Red Hawks here, bottom of the second. That's a great pitch down the middle, and it's 1-1. I think Aiden kind of shook his head on that one, realizing, yep, probably should have swung there. Quick check right there by Hubble. And a swing will be fouled off. And it'll be 1-2. Nice stop over there by Coach. He'll toss that back out to the pitcher, and we'll start again. Putnam North playing slightly to right field here against Aiden. That delivery is a swing and a miss. That's a tip and a catch, and that will end the inning. But Union did get one home, so we go to the top of the third inning with the Red Hawks leading 1-0 here on the Union Sports Network. We're back on the Union Sports Network. Welcome in. Number 5, catcher Devin Orton will step in to start this third inning. It is 1-0 the Redhawks here. They had an opportunity maybe to stretch that lead a little in the second inning, but could not get it done. Brock Lamy will begin with a ball to the outside for ball 1. Chandler stuttered with a nice slap to right field, but they got him at second after I think he thought that Elam was going to try to come home, so he went ahead to second. They were able to throw him out. Second pitch low, and it'll be 2-0. Game moving along at a pretty nice pace here as Union leads Putnam North 1-0. That one is going to be lofted into right center, and that is just off the glove of center fielder Asher Fowler. So that will be a base hit. That one had some eyes. And we're looking at a lot of ground covered by Fowler, and he almost made the fantastic play but could not. It's been a really good night defensively, though, and on the mound for Union, as that's the first time Orton's batted, and it's the third inning. Courtesy runner here coming up for Putnam North, and that is going to be Alfredo Renteria. Center fielder number 6, Xavion Jones, will step in for his second at bat. So Renteria now at first for Putnam North. They trail 1-0. But now they have the base runner. Really good effort out there by Asher. Lamy delivers. That's a strike. Jones grounded out his first time up. As Union made a couple of very, very good defensive plays in those first 2 innings. Nice double play and a terrific play by Lamy to end the first. Delivery. Swung on, and that's going to have some eyes as well. That goes just between the third baseman and shortstop. That will advance the runner. A single for Jones, and now 2 on and nobody out for Putnam North. Second baseman number 1, Austin Guerrero, will be next man up. That ball wasn't hit hard, but it certainly knew where to go. The old ground ball with eyes. Now Douthit about 2 steps in over at first as Union expects the bunt. Parrish is holding a little at second, though. No bunt. Swing away right there for Guerrero, and he missed it, so that is strike 1. Douthit will remain in over at first. But Chandler Studdard could have a very busy moment here at second. He's got a lot to cover. Parrish behind the runner, and he'll dance back. There he goes. Delivery is going to be to the outside, but a great stop there by Hubbard, and we are at 1-1. Hubbard's dug a couple out here in the last few games and prevented runners from advancing. And with runners on first and second, you certainly don't want them advancing. No one out here. Top of the third, and a 1-0 Union lead, but with 2 on and no one out for Putnam North. That delivery, that was close. They'll call it a ball, so it'll be 2-1. Now Parrish will go back to normal, and Douthit back out as well. Douthit looks like he's having a conversation over there with Jones. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. I think Douthit and Jones are exchanging some pleasantries over at first. We'll call it that. Who knows? They may play on the same teams in the summer and know each other quite well, or could be a different conversation. Amy's delivery swung on, hit very softly. Parrish makes the play and throws it back to second. They got him. That's a double play. Parrish very aware, and a great play by Chandler Studdard. That'll end up being a double play. And it's 2 out now for Putnam North. Shortstop number 3, Owen Atterbury, is the last chance for Putnam North in this third inning. That's the second double play of the night for Union. And a nice job by Parrish. Would be easy to take your eyes off that ball and try to get it to second too early, but he did not. Delivery hit hard and well to left field. Leathers chases it, but that's going to go back into the creek as well. So there's at least 2 balls back there for anyone with some need, let's say, and guts. I'm not going down there. Pretty much a consensus here in the press box. We're not going. 2 outs now, 1 strike. Quick throw over. That was probably closer than Putnam North would like it, but Jones got back. Atterbury, a late start here for Putnam North, was not listed initially. Quincy Robinson was, and he was scratched late. Runner goes. Throw is going to be well out into center field, but Fowler is right behind it. So Jones safe at second, and Hubbard, that throw just got away from him. So now with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Atterbury, Jones will be at second. 1 strike away from heading to the bottom of the 3rd here for Brock Lamy. You set? Here we go. That one is swung on and popped up easily. Parrish is going to settle under that, and that will end the inning. So nobody scores for Putnam North, and it remains 1-0 Union. The Redhawks come to bat next in the bottom of the 3rd here on the Union Sports Network.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
We're back on the Union Sports Network as we head now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Third baseman number 18, Isaiah Butler, will lead things off for the Redhawks as they lead 1-0 here against Putnam North. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew on a gorgeous day. Wind picks up every now and then, but I got to tell you, if you're just driving around, come on out, have a dog or a burger or some nachos or something, and watch some baseball as Butler sends that one into a tough area, and that's going to fall, and it's going to get past everybody. Butler almost fell coming around first. He will go head first into second with a double. Isaiah Butler, I think, was surprised as well as that fell between Xavion Jones and Jakari Dansby. And because both of them went after the baseball, it went past him. Fortunately for Putnam North, it didn't have a lot of umph on it, so it kind of died right there. But a double to lead things off for Butler. Center fielder number 11, Asher Fowler, will be next up. Fowler walked his first time up. And that's a nice play for Isaiah. He struggled a little bit at the plate lately, so he needed one of those. He hit the ball hard for a couple of games in a row, but just couldn't find something to go in. There we go, in finding one that will. First pitch, and that one is swung on. That's going to be hit very deep. Jones is going to have to go way back. He makes the catch. Butler tags, but he will stay. And that was a pretty decent throw in, too. So Fowler will have a seat. He tried to get the sac fly out there, couldn't quite do it, so one down. Right fielder number 15, Gavin Wilhelm, will be the next man to try to be a hero. It's 1-0 Union here in the bottom of the 3rd. On deck will be Peyton Williams. Gavin was hit by a pitch his first time up. A real quick throw and turn there by Reese Hubble will not lead to anything, as Isaiah did hang up a little bit there like he was going to take off for third, thought better of it, and just went head first back into second. Atterbury going to kind of play behind him as though they're going to hold him. We'll see. Delivery to the plate's a good, nice curveball for a strike. 0-1 here on Gavin Wilhelm. Wilhelm has been very good out in right field and has had his opportunities at the plate and have hit it hard a few times, but he's been terrific out there on his defense. Hubble checks. Outside corner strike. That's a good pitch, 0-2. Got to really reach for that one if you're Wilhelm, and if you're lucky, you get a hold of it and slap it past the third baseman, but you have to get that bat speed going. 0-2 with one out. One on here for Union. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Spin by Hubble, but Atterbury didn't get there in time, so there was no reason to try to make that throw. Remains 0-2. The delivery is low, 1-2. Actually, they've had a change at short. It's Austin Guerrero who's out at short. So we'll keep an eye on that for Putnam North. One and two now. Delivery, that one is slapped out to right field. It's got a chance. It stays fair. Pardon me, left field. Motoring is Wilhelm. No trouble coming home is Butler, and it's 2-0, and Wilhelm with a double. Pardon me, that one goes down the left field line, and there was not a thing Omar Garcia-Reyes could do. It hit about 6 feet in and just continued to the corner. Give Reyes credit. He did a nice job of chasing that down, or it could have been worse. Pinch runner now for Union is coming in is, no, they're going to leave Wilhelm out there. They just went out to get his pads. Shortstop number 6, Peyton Williams. So a couple of well-placed baseballs here in this inning by Union, and the Red Hawks lead grows to 2-0. Still only one out, and Gavin Wilhelm on second as Williams steps in. Hubble delivers, got the outside corner for a strike. You know, we'd mentioned earlier that for Gavin, you know, he kind of reached for that one and going to have to get that bat speed. Well, he got it and got just enough of that to send it out there to left. Nice piece of hitting. Hubble, way outside, and we're even at 1-1. As I mentioned, Union is 4-4 in their last 8, and they have played really competitive baseball, and if not for a couple of errors, would have probably been 6-2 in the last 8. So maybe they're playing their best baseball at the right time. Hubble delivers, and that one he held up on, but it's a strike. So it's 1-2 with one out, and Wilhelm at third. The catcher Orton on his one throw on a steal at second was fairly well off. I wonder if they'd have Gavin give it a try to third. With one out, probably not, but you never know. Wilhelm not budging. That one is hit very solidly to right. That's going to fall in. Well past the right fielder, Dansby. No problem for Wilhelm. He's going to score, and scooting into second with a second straight double for Union is Peyton Williams, and it's 3-0. Williams with a double, Wilhelm with a double, and Williams with a double. And we're going to have a confab on the mound, it looks like, for Putnam North. 3-0 Red Hawks, and that one was hit hard. Jakari Dansby can cover some ground, but that one well toward the foul line, but just not, of course, out of play. And he had to hustle to try to get out there and couldn't do anything with it. So now there will be a conversation. Greg Johnson, head coach, is out there. And again, he told me before the game he was so uncertain of who could even play because of injury that the lineup card was late getting here because he wasn't even sure who was available. Umpire's going to come out and break this little huddle up. Connor Douthit waiting patiently, and you can almost, the way it's gone right now, you can feel Connor Douthit wanting to go hit. He's got some oomph in that bat, and I think he wants the shot as well. So Hubble will stay out there. First baseman number 26, Connor Douthit. Going to have his chance now. 3-0 Union. Only one out here in this third. And now Peyton Williams with the stand-up double at second. And you can almost see Douthit licking his chops from here. Hubble delivers low, and that ball did get away, but Orton kind of squatted on it. So nobody advances, and it's ball one. I think the umpire took that one off a knuckle. Hubble. Just a quick check at second. That one is swung on, and it's going to be bounced toward the first baseman. He will make the pickup. Lang on the tag. It moves the runner over, but Douthit is out. And now there will be 2 outs, but Union has a runner at third. Catcher number 17, Caden Hubbard, had a single his last time up. Another one of those, and he'll make it a 4-0 game. 5 hits now for Union. And a tremendous third inning here for the Red Hawks. Brock Lamy, the pitcher, is in the on-deck circle. Hubble inside well. That's a ball. Hubbard had to get out of the way there, take that one in the shoulder. One and 0 with 2 outs. That one hit right back to the pitcher. Hubble picks it up. He's going to underhand that, and that'll end the inning. So another ground out. That one for Caden Hubbard, and in the inning will end, but not before the Red Hawks score again. 3-0 Union with 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth next here with the Union Sports Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
We're back here on the Union Sports Network. We will head to the top of the fourth here. Union leading 3-0 over Putnam City North. Rick Horry along with Andy Irwin and the crew. Excellent third inning there for Union as they scored 2 runs, a couple of back-to-back doubles in there, and of course have themselves a pretty good lead here. And of course you got a pretty good fill-in catcher right there helping to warm up your pitcher Brock Lamy. That is Carson Brooks, who caught most of last year, and Carson's had some problems with injuries. So as they were trying to get a nice warm-up and get the catching gear back on Caden Hubbard, Carson came out, and that's not a bad one to have out there. Third baseman number 12, Xavier Sarkey, will step in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. As Putnam North, who've lost 11 of their last 12 and are 0-9 in district play, steps in here. Brock Lamy, who's been good, a little on the outside right there. That's going to be ball one. And it's got to help, too, when you have a 3-0 lead and you feel like you got a little space right there and good defense behind you. Lamy delivers, swing and a miss, and we're even at 1-all. 2 double plays for Union. Parrish and Studdard been involved in both of those. And a couple of nice catches out there as well. And Ashley Fowler with almost a spectacular catch in center. Nice pitch on the outside corner, and that is strike two. Nobody out but 2 strikes here on Sarkey. The delivery is going to be high for a 2-2 count. Gavin Lang will be on deck. He had a ground out his first time up. He's that long, tall first baseman. Delivery, swing and a miss, and that will have a seat, or get Zarkey to have a seat. And that is strikeout number 1 tonight for Brock Lamy. First baseman, number 11, Gavin Lang. Lang grounded out his first time up. And now with 1 out, he's got empty bases to look at. That puts the pitcher, Reese Hubble, in the on-deck circle. Reese having a nice conversation with whoever it is sitting right behind him in the nets. Pitch on the outside corner for ball 1. Looks like maybe 6 or 7 people made the drive down the turnpike to be here for Putnam North tonight. Lamy's delivery is low, and that'll be ball 3. 1 out, no one on here. Lamy sets. That one will be hit down toward Butler, and he does make the play, but that is a foul ball. Now looking at a 2-1 count. Butler has been very good over at third in collecting baseballs. He has not had a problem with anything eating him up. He's had a couple he hadn't been able to make the throw on because he got to balls that were so unreachable. But he's also made a couple of really nice throws over there. He's been very good at third. So 2-1 with 1 out and no one on, and a 3-0 Union lead here in the top of the 4th. Lang took the strike right there, and we're at 3-2. And Lang thought that wasn't a strike, but I'm telling you again, when you're as tall as Lang, you got a big strike zone. And that one might have been in the upper part of it, but it was a nice pitch. So we stood at 2-2, pardon me. Delivery, swung and missed. 2 strikeouts in a row for Brock Lamy. Pitcher number 10, Reese Hubble. He had a single last time up, but right now Lamy is picking him up and putting him down. 2 up, 2 down. Red Hawks hoping to get to the bottom of the 4th here. 3-0 Union lead. A little outside there. Well, a little more than a little. That's going to be ball 1. Pitcher against pitcher, mano a mano. Delivery. That's a strike. And Hubble thought it was going to stay on the inside, but that ball curved back nicely over the middle of the plate. 1-1. Got the outside corner. Another nice strike, and we are at 1-2. 2 outs here. Brock Lamy dangerously close to striking out the side, and that would be just fine with everybody up here. Hubbard set up on the outside corner. Got him. The outside corner again. That is 3 up, 3 down. Have a seat. The inning is over. Well, the half inning. So 3 up and 3 strikeouts for Brock Lamy. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Union leading 3-0 next here on the Union Sports Network.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm specializing in commercial real estate services. A premier sponsor of the Union Red Hawks.
So 3 strikeouts for Brock Lamy, and that put that third inning away here at the Union Baseball Complex. I'm Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew. It is 3-0 Union here. It's already 5 hits for the Red Hawks, as they've been very, very good in that last inning, scoring those 2 runs with balls that just fell exactly where they needed to. Good defense and then great pitching in that inning. So a 3-0 lead here for Union. Reese Hubble remains on the mound for Putnam North, and he'd struggled some in that third inning. We'll see what happens here, as Lamy, the pitcher, will be the first up. Pitcher number 10, Brock Lamy, as we just mentioned, will step in. He had to sacrifice his first time up. Chandler Studdard will be on deck, and Union will at that point then go back to the top of the lineup with Leathers. Pretty briskly through 4 innings here almost. It's only a little after 6, so this game's only about an hour old. And it's still a beautiful day. The stands have filled up pretty good over on the Union side, but there's plenty of room right here in front of the press box if you'd like to come on out. Lamy steps in, and here we go. Union hit the ball very hard off Hubble that last inning. That one's a little low. That'll be ball 1, and the umpire, who's gotten a couple off his knuckles today, suddenly he withdrew both hands pretty quickly right there. I don't blame him. Nice fouled baseball off a knuckle is not a good feeling. Hubble sets. That one's going to be fouled back. Right off the net. A nice little play by Hubbard over there, and we'll be at 1-1. Hubble. Outside and low, that'll be ball 2. Lamy, of course, pitching tonight, knows if he can make him patient or make him impatient, he might get something, a little bit of a mistake to hit. And he got it right there. He's going to slam that one out into right, and they can't make the catch. Dansby made a sliding attempt but could not make it, and that will be a single for Brock Lamy. That ball was tailing away. Looked like it would fall earlier, but it carried a little, and Dansby got a glove on it but could not hold on to it. Second baseman number 8, Chandler Studdard, will be the next guy up. And again, Union reaching base against Reese Hubble. So nobody out, and Lamy with a decent lead over there. Hubble's got a good move, though, outside there against Studdard, and that's ball 1. Lamy has already picked off Aiden Leathers here. Happened in the first inning. So I'm sure that Lamy will be careful, but he's got a good lead out there already, that lead foot on the cut. See if he sneaks out a little more. And there's the move, but Lamy back easily. When he makes that move, he snaps it, and I mean he snaps it. One and 0, nobody out, and there's a nice little bunt by Studdard. They'll have to get him at first, and they do. That advances the runner. So a sac bunt right there by Chandler Studdard, and now at second base is Brock Lamy. Left fielder number 1, Aiden Leathers. Leathers struck out his last time at bat. He had a walk and then was picked off in his first at bat. Delivery is hit straight to center field. That one I think is going to be catchable. Jones does make the catch, and the tag will not happen. Actually, the throw wasn't great, but the tag, and they smartly held up. A decent throw would have gotten Lamy, but that wasn't a great throw, and he probably would have been in there. Third baseman, number 18, Isaiah Butler. 2 outs now for the Red Hawks, but a man on second base. We'll see if Isaiah, who had a double his last time up, one of 3 doubles in that last half inning. That one right down the pike for strike 1. Isaiah doubled, and then Asher Fowler flew out, and then Gavin Wilhelm and Peyton Williams both doubled, so 3 hitters out of 4 doubled. Love to see see Isaiah do it one more time. That played another run. Three-0 lead here already for Union in the bottom of the 4th. Hubble checks. That's a nice pitch on that inside corner. Thought that was going to break outside, and yeah, he had other ideas. Breaks inside, and that is strike 2. So Isaiah's going to have to protect the plate now with 2 outs. That one is hit softly. Hubble's going to make the play himself, and he'll toss that to first. There we go, and that's going to end that inning. So a ground out for Butler, and that's going to do it for the 4th inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th. It remains 3-0 Union here on the Union Sports Network.
Hey, Union fans. Score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Union Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
We are back here at the Union Baseball Complex. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew as Union leading here 3-0 over Putnam City North. And it has been a very successful and very fun baseball game thus far. Brock Lamy struck out a couple to continue a really good performance here. As a matter of fact, he struck out the side last time out, and he will remain out there right now. So coming up, the Red Hawks will see if they can keep this thing going. Right fielder number 7, Jakari Dansby, will be the first hitter. Dansby had a fly out his last time at bat. And Lamy, we'll see if he can continue this streak of strikeouts. That one is hit very solidly to left field. Leathers is going to have to go way back. Aiden can't get it off the wall. It bounced past him. That'll be at least 2, and they won't send him for more. I think Leathers may have taken that ball off the chest or the chin. The ball bounced off the wall and looked like it came up and might have hit him in the face. He kind of threw his glove down in anger there for a second, and he already had the cap off. Now they're going to go check on him in center field. Asher Fowler is going over, and Jacob Newby, the trainer, is on his way out. He may check as well. Yeah, Jacob is going to trot out just to make sure everything's all right. That ball was hit very, very hard. So Aiden really didn't have much of a chance to catch up to it. But when it came off the wall, it bounced a little bit funny and looked like it might have gotten him in the chin or the face. Yeah, he's actually pointing at his right jaw or right cheek. Right now, just a conversation between the two. You see it right there on your camera. As another great job of camera work by Andy and the crew here. Once again, Andy being the crew when it comes to the video. And Newby will make the long run back. And I know Jacob quite well, and for Jacob, that is a long run. And if you know him, you're welcome to tell him I said so. Yeah, that's as fast as Jacob goes right there, I can tell you. We traveled together with Tulsa basketball, he and I, for many seasons, and the only time I saw him move quicker is when the ice cream buffet came out in some of the hotels. So it'll be a double, man on second, and Aiden Leathers will hang in there. Nobody out here, and Brock Lamy will go back to work on Jensen Sheffy. Sheffy squares, and that's going to be ball one. Douthit was already a step or two in over and right, or pardon me, at first base. And he'll remain there. We'll see if Sheffy tries again. He will square, and that time they're going to turn and make the throw to second, and they do, but they're going to call a balk, and that's going to move the runner over. So Dansby will now be at third as they call a balk there on Lamy. And with nobody out, Putnam North trailing 3-0 is threatening. 1-0 on Sheffy, but now with a runner at third. Lamy's delivery is swung on and missed, so that'll even it up at 1-1. And certainly for a right fielder, a little bit easier, or pardon me, a right-hander, a little bit easier, as he can just stare over there at that third base line. Delivery is going to be on that outside corner, and it'll be 2-1. American flag hanging straight down. The breeze, which has been up to 11 miles an hour, pretty quiet right now. That delivery is swung, and it's going to be hit to Butler. Butler makes the play. He's going to go to first, and he got him. Butler thought about going home and then thought better of it, made a nice throw to first, and just nipped him there. So that will be one out, but one run scores. So it is now 3-1 Union. Center fielder number 6, Xavier Jones, will step in. He has a ground out and a single here, as Lamy will, with the bases clear, concentrate on the hitter. That'll be fouled back well behind the Union bullpen. That went over in some other woods, but not a creek at least. And it's 0-1. Oh, pardon me, this is actually Devin Orton, the catcher. Lamy delivers a strike, and it's 0-2. As Orton just watches that one single by. One out, one run in, and an opportunity to make it 2 outs right here. Outside there for ball one. That one that's dangerously close, and he got him. Outside corner there, another strikeout for Lamy, and Orton will have a seat. Center fielder number 6, Xavier Jones, will step in. As I mentioned, I mispronounced or I misrepresented him earlier. It was actually Orton who was at bat. Now Jones is up, who has a ground out and a single to his credit. That's a nice pitch for a strike, as Lamy has really found himself here. Pitching with good pace and good confidence. That one got away from him a little. That one came out of his hand funny. As soon as he released it, you could see it. That darker patch of green is right behind the pitcher, and from where we're sitting right behind it, you get a great view of that ball leaving his hand. That one is swung on and fouled back. So it's 1-2. And with the great camera work right here, you've got a wonderful view of that as well. So you probably had a really good view, too, of how that came out of his hand. Good defense behind him. Lamy with a little bit of pace. You can see he's feeling good. He's got extra family in attendance, too. I'll tell you how I know that in a minute. Lamy's delivery. Outside, it's 2-2. I thought I recognized one of the people standing down there and sent a short text, and it is. It's one of the dive masters from my scuba business who's standing down there. It was Brock Lamey's uncle. So he brought his family out. So there's an extra set of Lameys here. Well, let's say different last name, but 3-2 now on the outside pitch. So Brock is actually loading the stadium up here. 3-2 now with 2 outs and no one on. 3-1 Union lead. Love to get this inning in the books and get Union to bat here in the bottom of this 5th inning. Lamey delivers. That is a swing and a soft chopper. Butler, nice pickup. Isaiah with the throw, but he can't make it there. Douthit, I think the throw got there. Douthit could not quite hold it. So that will be a single for Jones. He legged it out. Now Jones can run. There's no question. And now the umpire's going to call Jones back. And they're going to have a discussion. Now Jones is going to go back to first. But Jones came back like he knew something was going to happen. Now he's going to go back to first. And now they are going to send him back and make him hit again. They're saying that ball hit the plate. Or bounced off the catcher, or he's explaining it now to Greg Johnson, who doesn't seem to like the explanation. Quite honestly, up here, we're not going to get an explanation of the call, and I don't have any idea what happened, so it will remain 3-2 with 2 outs. But the good news is Union still has an opportunity to get this over with here. And that was a really nice play by Butler. He didn't really have a lot of choices, and Douthit just not able to hold that in the glove. But one more opportunity. Lamey delivers, and that will put him on base. So instead of a single, Savion Jones will officially walk. And there still will be a base runner. Second baseman, number 1, Austin Guerrero. As you can see, most of the people up here thought that was a strike, but it's the big dude down there in the black shirt that counts, so he's on first. Quick throw over, almost got him. Oh, that's a nice move by Lamey. Jones got back, and he realizes how lucky he is, too. You can see that. You could see the look from up here as Jones kind of shook the head. He's got such long legs that getting a quick start is not easy. Lamey checks again. Guerrero has 2 flyouts to his credit. Lamey comes home. That one's high, and it'll be ball 1. Hubbard came out of the stance like he might try to make a throw, too, but did not. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to get to that 6th inning here with Union's 3-1 lead. 2 out, 1 on. That ball bounced away from Hubbard, and that will advance the runner. Lamey hustles over to pick that up, and down to second goes Jones. No action in either bullpen as of right now, although that might change shortly. 2-0 count here on Guerrero with 2 outs and a runner on second. Lamey with a long stare. And the delivery. High, and we have a 3-0 count. Owen Atterbury had been the guy who was on deck. I think that he may have been replaced by Austin Guerrero. We'll see. Nope, it's Atterbury. Thought Guerrero and he had switched some places, but not so. And that one almost got him. Guerrero will walk, and that's 2 walks in a row, and 2 on now for Putnam North. Shortstop number 3, Owen Atterbury. Atterbury with a walk and a pop out, and now a conversation on the mound, and now there are people up down in the Union bullpen. I see Carson Brooks up down there. So we've got Carson Brooks and Luke Wood, we believe, up down in the bullpen. As the conversation will go on the mound, is 3-1 Union, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. But there are 2 on now, Jones and Guerrero, for Putnam North, and the umpire's had enough. He's going to go out and break up the party. And you got to like the politeness. Rather than walk up just behind the coach and interrupt, he walked all the way around to the open space. It's a polite umpire. You got to like that. So we'll get this thing back underway. And Owen Atterbury will step in. Union shortstop Brody Parrish is just jogging. He jogged all the way down to the 315 line. Now he's going to jog all the way back. I guess he's just staying warm. Still about a 70-degree day. There is a little bit of wind, but that American flag's pretty straight down. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitcher to Atterbury. And a swing and a miss. As I mentioned, Atterbury did walk, but then popped up last time. Pretty short little pop-up. So here we go. And that's going to be inside. Quick throw back to first. That's going to get past the first baseman, Douthit, and they're going to send a runner home. Going to have a play, and it's going to be too late. The ball got away, but a nice play by Lamy to pick that up. So Hubbard, who made a play on Friday somewhat similar and threw one into left, that one got away. That was not an easy throw for Douthit to come up with, and that'll play another run, and it's 3-2. So Jones scores, and Atterbury remains up at 1-1. Now only one runner on at second base for Putnam North. Lamy delivers, and it's going to be high, and that's going to be 2-1. Hubbard tried to make that throw, and it just wasn't quite high enough, and Douthit had a hard time coming up with it. Then it got past the catcher, but that wasn't going to make a lot of differences. There was not a lot more movement out there. But Atterbury now at 2-1. He hits that one to Butler. Butler looks, now he'll make the throw. Isaiah got it there, and a nice stretch by Douthit, and that's that. Nice job that time by Douthit to make the nice stretch and the nice catch, and that will end the inning. So Union retains the lead, and probably should have kept a 2-run lead, but it's going to be at least the lead, 3-2, and we will go to the bottom of the 5th inning next here on the Union Sports Network. So 2-run score in the top of the 5th inning for Putnam North, and that makes this a 3-2 baseball game here at the Union Baseball Complex. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew back here on a beautiful, beautiful Monday night. Center fielder number 11, Asher Fowler, will be the guy who leads it off here for Union as they now cling to that 1-run lead, 3-2. Fowler with a walk and a fly out here. Gavin Wilhelm, who had the first of 3 doubles for Union, is in that on-deck circle as Reese Hubble remains on the mound. Fowler squared to bunt, backed up, and that's a strike. So an 0-1 count to Asher. Redhawks played very good defense and then had the one kind of foul up there in that last inning. Oh, that got the outside corner, they said. That looked well outside, but they're going to say that's good, and it's 0-2. Fowler quickly with an 0-2 count against him. Hubble. That one was protected by Fowler, and that's going to go easily to the second baseman, but Asher can run, and he got there. Guerrero waited on that ball to get to him, and that's a mistake when you're trying to do that with Asher Fowler, as Asher got there, and that's a single. Right fielder number 15, Gavin Wilhelm. Asher Pete Rosed it down to first base there, and you know, if you're Guerrero, you're kind of in between. That ball looks like it's coming at a decent speed, but had he closed on that, he might have been able to make a play. But it wasn't going to be easy because Asher can run. So nobody out and 1 on now for Union as they have that 1-0 lead, and a tremendous lead over there for Fowler. First pitch outside, he got away, and Asher will get second. As a matter of fact, he's jogging to second. The ball got away from Orton, and it looked at first like Orton wasn't sure it got away. But it did, and then rolled slowly to the backstop. Not a lot of urgency going to get it, so Fowler trots to second. Now Union, with no one out, has a runner at second. Now Butler, who has 2 ground outs and a double, can certainly help things here. They're playing him just slightly to right field and center field, but pretty straight away as far as the right fielder Dansby goes. Well inside, that's going to be a ball, and it's ball 2. Peyton Williams is on deck, and he's the 3rd man to have a double here tonight for Union. He's the one actually that was jogging to stay warm earlier. I misidentified him. Hubble. That is high, and that will stay up in the zone and be ball 3. So a 3-0 count with 1 on and nobody out here for the Redhawks. And Wilhelm will wait. Down the pike for strike 1, and it'll be 3-1. Wilhelm will step back in with what should be a free bat. He'll swing on that one, and it's going to be popped up, but that might be trouble. No, looks like Reyes can get to it. He did. Omar Garcia Reyes settles under, and that will not advance the runner. That'll be a fly out for Gavin. Shortstop number 6, Peyton Williams, will step in. Ball was first hit. We lost it in the cover here. Could not tell if that one was going to carry or hang short, but it carried directly to Garcia Reyes with no trouble. So Wilhelm with a strikeout and a double, Williams with a strikeout and a double steps in. That ball's inside for ball 1. Fowler with a nice lead out there in center field. And that ball got away on a throw, and Fowler is going to make it to third. Yep, without any trouble. That's a really good job by Reese Hubble to back up the base, or he's going home. Hubble ran a long way to get there. That sailed well over the head of Sarkey. But Hubble got there and made a nice catch, or that would have been an easy trot home right there for Asher Fowler. So now with 1 out, Fowler at third, and Peyton Williams with a 1-0 count steps back in. Connor Douthit is on deck. Down the pike for a strike there, 1-1. Three-2 Union lead, hoping to add to it here with a man on third and 1 out. That's a nice lace down the right field line, but that'll go foul. It wasn't foul by much, maybe about 3 feet, but it did go foul, so it's 1 and 2. And you can almost see Gavin Lang, the first baseman, have a nice sigh of relief from up here. Hubble delivers. Another one hit. This one's going to go into the bullpen, and it will remain 1 and 2. So he's just a little ahead of that ball, is Peyton, but he's put good iron on it twice. Hubble looks. Fowler with a decent lead. This time he's going to get in it. That's going to go short in right field. That's going to be a hit, and Fowler comes home. So a single for Peyton Williams and an RBI, and now it is 4-2 Union. First baseman number 26, Connor Douthit. Connor with a single and a ground out here as Union extends the lead. Nice piece of hitting there by Peyton Williams. He put 2 of them out of play and then dropped one right in front of Dansby, the right fielder, to extend the Red Hawk lead. Still only 1 out as Douthit steps in. That ball looked like it would stay up, but it went low. It was stopped, though, by Orton, so that will be ball 1. Starting to see some frustration from Hubble. Saw it there as the ball was tossed back, and he caught it and kind of flipped his glove behind his back. Union has hit him hard. That one is slapped to the first baseman. They'll go down to the shortstop, back to first, but it will not be there in time, and Douthit is going to be able to make it to second. The throw to second is going to be high, and then that bounces away, and Douthit is safe. So they got him at second, or they got the lead runner at second, Peyton Williams, but they did not get Douthit, and he will be on second base with a hit. So 2 out, and Douthit will be at second base. Catcher number 17, Caden Hubbard, will be the next up. Lamy, the pitcher, is the man on deck. Conversation there as Hubbard steps back in. Hubbard today with a ground out and a single. 4-2 Union. 2 out and Douthit at second. Hubble, quick check, and throws a strike. Nice curveball in there for a strike at 0-1. This game really jumped along early, but it has slowed lately as the two have gotten into each other a little bit for base hits. But it's a pretty night at the ball yard, so who cares? That one's going to stay high for 1-1 count. Hubble with a long look. That's going to be a strike. That's a nice curveball as well. 1-2. So Hubble is within a strike of getting this inning over with. And it looked like it might be a lot more trouble a little bit early on. Union was hitting him pretty good. Hubbard steps back in with 2 strikes. And that one is going to be on the outside. It'll be 2-2. That's good patience by Hubbard. That is a place where it's going to be kind of a toss-up about whether that one gets called strike or a ball. They're not holding anybody at second. Douthit allowed to do what he wants, and that pitch is going to be well outside. Really nice play by Orton. Orton had to make a kind of a last-minute stab at it with the glove, or that one's going to go to the wall, and Douthit gets third, but Orton makes a nice stop. So it's 3-2 with 2 outs. Douthit will be on his horse, and we'll see what happens here. Hubbard will step out after Hubble steps off. Like Hubble just wants to gather himself. Now he's back in, and here we go. The delivery going to be fouled off to the right side, and will remain 3-2. Hubbard steps back in. Wind picks up just slightly from right center. Delivery. And that's fouled back, and that likely would have been ball 4. But he did get a piece of it, so once again will remain full count. Hubbard with a big old breath, and he steps back in. Hubble. Look. Delivers. That one's going to be popped up, and looks like Hubble will have a chance, but nope, it fell down. Orton and Hubble were kind of coming together, converging on that. And I looked at me like Hubble wanted the ball, and then at the last minute he kind of gave way to Orton, and it fell, and Orton turned and tapped his shoulder or his chest like, hey, that's mine. So I think a little miscommunication, and Union remains alive. So Douthit remains at second on a 3-2 count, and one more opportunity at least here for Caden Hubbard. Nice break there for the Redhawks. Here we go. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. So that's the end of the inning, and the catcher, Orton, made a throw to second, and nobody's out there. The ball just kind of bounced away, and the center fielder, when it decided he picked it up, Xavier Jones went and made the scoop, and now they're going to do it. We'll go to the top of the 6th next after a bizarre ending here at the Union Sports Network. One run added by Union in that 5th inning. So it now is 4-2 Union, and we head on to the 6th inning here at the Union Baseball Complex. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew. Putnam City North is the opponent here, as the Redhawks hope to get above 500 in their last 8. They've done a really good job. Occasional errors. They have the one tonight, but have been able to maintain this lead. Brock Lamy remains on the mound. Warming up, though, is Carson Brooks in case he's needed. Just a beautiful Monday night here. This game was scheduled originally to not even start until 7. They changed it a couple of days ago, or a day ago. So we are ready to roll. Third baseman, number 12, Xavier Sarkey, will step in here for Putnam North. Starkey with a hit by pitch and one of 3 straight strikeouts for Lamy last inning. Or 2 innings ago. So Lamy, who's been very good, especially from the end of that first on, will step back in. First delivery is hit solidly. Chandler stuttered, makes the play, picks it up, and got it over to Douthit. Great play by Douthit. Ooh. Chandler was a little wide with the throw by Connor Douthit, stretched about as far as that frame could, got him, and that is out number 1. First baseman, number 11, Gavin Lang, who was another one of those strikeout victims, will step in. He has a ground out and a strikeout tonight. I think Lamy probably a nice little sigh of relief there, too, on the nice play by Connor Douthit. And that's part of that good defense we talked about. Delivery on the outside corner, strike. You could see, too, with Lang, he reached, decided against it, and as soon as that ball popped in the catcher's mitt, you could see him drop the head. He knew it was a strike. Delivery. Oh, that just off the inside corner. They're going to call it an even count. That's a nice pitch. I'm Brock Lamy. I wouldn't mind making that one again. 1-1 count here with 1 out. No one on for Putnam North. That one's well outside, and it's 2-1. Panthers 0-9 in district play, 3-20 overall. They did have a streak of winning 3 out of 4 early in March, but have struggled since. That one is going to be fouled back, and we're at 2-2. Pitcher Reese Hubble is the guy who is on deck, and he just one-handed that baseball and put it in his back pocket. So 2-2 with 1 out. That ball is going to be a little high, and it's 3-2. Big pitch here to Gavin Lang. And that one's inside, and that'll walk him. So Lang will be on for the first time today. Pitcher number 10, Reese Hubble, walks up and takes that ball out of his back pocket and hands it to the umpire. Now they are pointing at the bullpen. I think they're very close to making the call for Carson Brooks. 1 out, 1 on here for Putnam North. They trail 4-2. And Lamy will pitch to Reese Hubble, the pitcher. That is a swing and a miss by Hubble. So strike 1 in the books. See Zach Oliver down throwing in the bullpen. Brooks was down there throwing, so several guys down there are loosening the arms. Lamy, that one popped up, and someone's got to call somebody off, and eventually Douthit does and makes the catch, and that's 2 outs. So down to the last chance for this half inning for Putnam North. Right fielder number 7, Jakari Dansby. Dansby almost made a really, really spectacular play a couple of innings ago. Could not quite get that ball off his bat, but he did have a double last time up, and he did score. Two down, though, and Lamy with an excellent chance here. Swing and a miss by Dansby, and he had no chance at that one. And that is strike 1. Lamy's not worried too much about the base runner. Quick check, delivery, and another swing and a miss, strike 2. Gavin Lang is the guy on over at first after the walk, but he may not go anywhere. We have a 0-2 count with 2 outs. Lamy looks over the shoulder, but now he'll set. Outside of the plate for Hubbard. Delivery. That one's hit right up the middle and cannot make the play. Parrish had one opportunity at it, and they are going to go back to try to pick him up, but they can't. Parrish did a nice job at least of knocking it down, and then Asher Fowler, who had closed on it quickly, with an even better job of backing that up, or it could have been worse. So with 2 outs, there will be runners at first and second. DH number 17, Jensen Sheffy, will be the guy to the plate. So 2 outs, but 2 on here, first and second for Putnam North. Plate first, second, or third on a force for the Red Hawks if they can get one here. Lamy delivers inside. That's a ball 1, and you saw him, Sheffy, kind of jump out of the way right there. Sheffy has a ground out, well, 2 ground outs actually. That first one into a double play in the first inning. Delivery, that's an overthrow, and a nice job by Hubbard to dig it up. So it's 2-0. Lamy appears to be just overthrowing a little here in this late part of this inning after a pretty easy start to the inning. Rock's delivery right down the middle. That's going to be a short popper. That gets to the shortstop. It's going to go to first, and they got him, and that'll do it. Nice play by Brody Parrish. He had to wait for the runner to cross in front of him. He was patient. He did, makes the throw, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Red Hawks up 4-2. They'll be batting next here on the Union Sports Network. We will go to the bottom of the 6th inning with a new pitcher for Putnam North, Alfredo Renteria. That's a great major league name that we all know. Will step in. Don't know if there's any relation there, but he will step in replacement of Reese Hubble. Union with a 4-2 lead and Renteria on the mound. Pitcher number 10, Brock Lamy, will be the man who leads off here. Union with that 4-2 lead, and Brock he struggled a little in the bottom of that inning, or pardon me, the top of the inning there, but did a nice job of kind of recovering himself. Union had several players warming up, and we'll see if any of those come in when we get to the top of the 7th here. Nearly 7 o'clock here at the Union Baseball Complex. First pitch from Renteria is hit between the center fielder and right fielder, and that will be a hit for Brock Lamy. That is 2 straight singles for Lamy, and Renteria gives up a single on pitch number 1. Second baseman number 8, Chandler Studdard. Chandler has a single and a sacrifice as he steps in. So if Lamy does not come back out to pitch the 7th, he will certainly at least have a chance on the bases here. And he's got a really good lead over there, too, on Renteria. There's a nice bunt by Studdard. Renteria makes the play and throws to first. He got Studdard, but not before. Over to second goes Brock Lamy. Left fielder number 1, Aiden Leathers. Top of the lineup in there for Union now. A 4-2 lead, 1 man on with 1 out in the bottom of this 6th. Union would love some insurance runs here. It's a nice bunt by Studdard. That curveball a little low, and that's going to be a ball. 1-0 here to Leathers. And Aiden, with a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out in his 3 at-bats. Renteria delivers way outside. Nice play by Orton to make a stop on that one, or Lamy was going to be on his horse. It'll be 2-0. Renteria very, very slow and deliberate with his delivery here. Checks again. And again. And now the umpire had enough. Renteria looked like a golfer with his waggle. Left, right. Or it looked like he was watching tennis for a second there. Umpire finally got dizzy and called a moment. Now we're going to see if we can get it underway. Renteria delivers low, and it bounces away. Lamy will easily get to third, and he does. I will say when Orton's a tall young man, when Orton has to come out of that stance to come back and get to the net, it's not easy, especially with those long legs to get started. Lamy might have been able to even come home on that one, but he stops at third, and now third base with 1 out for Union and a 3-0 count here on Leathers. Could have runners on the corner in a moment without even a swing of the bat. And now they're going to go ahead and walk him. So Leathers will get the automatic walk, and Isaiah Butler will come up. Third baseman, number 18, Isaiah Butler. Isaiah has 2 ground outs and a double. Obviously, a double right here would be pretty interesting because you'd certainly send Lamy home, and then it would be really interesting to see what Leathers did, the way he can run, depending on where you put that ball. You got a lefty against righty here, so a good opportunity here for Butler to lace one. And again, he's been hitting it hard lately. Renteria wanted to go to third, but the third baseman wasn't over there. Sarkey was well off the base, and Renteria pulled up to throw to third, and then you could see, realize suddenly there's nobody there to throw to. And he's checking both bases. Now the delivery home, and that one is hit solidly, but it's hit to Dansby. He's going to make the catch. The tag will easily score, though. And coming home is Brock Lamy, and it is now 5-2 Union. So a sacrifice for Butler plays out, and Union extends their lead. Center fielder number 11, Asher Fowler, with another opportunity here. Asher with a walk, a single, and a fly out thus far. So 1 man on now, and 2 outs for the Redhawks here in the bottom of the 6th. quick throw over will lead to nothing. Renteria has been hit hard by everybody up there. Only stuttered, bunted, and it was still a very nice bunt. Delivery outside, ball one. Renteria's got almost a little of that Fernando Valenzuela thing. He doesn't do it during his stretch, but he checks over his right shoulder even when there's no one on second and looks out to outfield or second before he pitches. That one is struck, and it's going to be just foul over the right field, or pardon me, over the first baseman. And that's not easy to do because Gavin Lang's a tall young man, and that'll be the first strike. It'll be 1-1. Renteria checks again, but right now nothing but signals coming in from Coach Sean Newkirk. Now the others will take his lead, and he's got a good one. Renteria inside, ball two. You don't often see a pitcher turn to look at second when no one's there before a delivery, but Renteria has done it multiple times. Just a little quirk to his pitching style. That delivery is a very good one. It got under it. Oh, you can see right there Fowler's upset with himself. Got the bat under it. That comes in. Xavier Jones makes the play, and that is out number 3. That was a good opportunity for Asher, and he's walking around with hands on hips like, missed one. But that's all right. It's 5-2 Union, a 3-run lead. All they have to do is get 3 outs as we go to the top of the 7th next here on the Union Sports Network. We'll have a change on the mound as we go to this top of the 7th inning here at the Union Baseball Complex. Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the crew. It'll be Zach Oliver on the mound after a really nice performance tonight by Brock Lamy. Lamy wasn't just good on the mound. Lamy was also good in the batter's box tonight for Union as he had a sacrifice and 2 singles. So his offense helped him, of course, and he has a 5-2 lead, and he leaves it with Zach Oliver. Our next broadcast on the Union Network will be actually it's tomorrow night. Union will be playing soccer, girls and boys, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock here on the Union Sports Network. So tune in. And remember, if you want to see this game or any others that are archived or live, just go to the Union Sports Network on YouTube. Catcher number 5, Devin Orton, will step in here as Zach Oliver will try to shut the door on Putnam City North. First delivery is just to the outside, and that'll be ball 1. Rest of the lineup remains the same. With Butler, Dalfett, Studdard, Parrish, and Hubbard in the infield. That one got the outside corner for strike 1. Wilhelm, Fowler, and Leathers remain the outfielders. 1-1 count. Oliver, a little pop on that ball. That one is hit straight back up the middle. Parrish makes the play, makes the throw, and a nice stretch by Dalfett, and that's out number 1. Dalfett he's earned his keep tonight. If there's a hot tub player of the game, it's going to be Dalfett because he's had to work for it, but he's done it. Center fielder number 6, Xavier Jones. Next up, he's been a problem for Union tonight. He had a ground out, but then a walk and a single, and he has scored tonight as well. Somebody pat Connor Dalford on the head, if you will, or buy him a pizza. Oliver outside for ball one. One out here. Top of the 7th. All Union has to do is get through this, and they'll win this baseball game. That would make them 5-4 in the last 9, and they would be playing better baseball without question toward the end of the year. Delivery, nice strike. A nice low ball for a 1-1 count. Zach with a little nod of the head, and here we go. Excellent pitch. That, they said, is a strike, and that's strike 2. Looked like a strike from here, but you always want to let the guys in the black shirts determine. Well, you have to let them determine. You don't always want to. 1-2 with 1 out. That one is hit solidly, and that will be a base hit. Asher Fowler with great range to pick that one up and make the throw back. He'll hold that to a single, and again, Xavion Jones, who's been very problematic, is back on base. Second baseman, number 1, Austin Guerrero. Austin with a walk and 2 flyouts. That was a solid hit right there by Jones, who, as I mentioned, has been the thorn in the side of the Redhawks, who lead this thing 5-2. Could end this with a double play, though. Union did that the other night. Let's see if we can do it again. Swing and a miss by Guerrero. As I said, the Redhawks had hurt themselves with errors, and there was one here today, but otherwise, really the last 3-4 games, very, very solid defense. And really nice plays over to first by Dalford. Oliver. That one's fouled back. We're at 1-1. There will be one more baseball broadcast on the year, and that will be May 1st. So join us for that one. I won't be here, unfortunately. I'll be out of town, but join us for that one. We'll just leave the mic open and let Andy and the crew just do it all together. That would be an adventure and probably the last time we ever hear baseball on the air. Delivery. There's a steal attempt. Nice throw down, but it's going to be just a little late. And Xavion Jones will be in there. Hubbard's throw trailed just a little. And Jones is safe at second with 1 out. One and 2 count here on Guerrero. With 1 out. Just 1 strike away from being 1 out away from ending this thing. But that does take away the double play. Oliver just on the outside corner, 2-2. Good patience by Guerrero. No one holding Jones, not worried about that, just playing defense here. So Zach doesn't even have to worry about checking him, just concentrate on the runner. One quick look. And a swing and a miss, and Guerrero will have a seat. That's a strikeout. And we are 1 out away from getting this thing over with as Oliver does his magic. Pitcher number 13, Alfredo Renteria. Renteria with a pretty upright and bouncy bat style here. Oliver steps off the mound as Jones will trot back. Renteria. Now he'll settle just a little. Delivery. Got the corner, strike 1. Nice job by Zach Oliver. You got to give credit. Lamy has pitched a very nice game and, of course, was good offensively, and now Oliver's come in, and even though he gave up that 1 single, he's been very good. 2 outs, 1 on, 1 strike. Outside there, 1-1. Oliver is taking his time here. Little check. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. 1-2. Very close to this one now. Got the rally up over there. Guys in the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, 5-2 Union lead. Let's see if Oliver can get this thing in the books. Delivery is swung on and fouled back.
Let's go, Zach. You the one, bro.
Xavier Sarkey is the man on deck. Should Renteria get on? Count remains 1-2. Long study here by Oliver. Quick look. And the pitch. That one's going to be hit softly, and Douthit makes the catch, and that's the ball game. So Douthit had himself a heck of a game. Good pitching night for Union, and they win this thing going away. 6 hits, 2 runs for the guest. 9 hits, 5 runs for the home team. Union with 1 error, and they win 5-2. Again, we'll have one more broadcast in baseball. That'll be May 1st, but you will have Union soccer tomorrow night at 6 and 8 o'clock, the girls and the boys. For Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew, I'm Rick Corey. Thanks for being with us this year, and keep joining us here on the Union Sports Network. Union wins 5-2. Good night from the baseball complex.